All right, this is Ubaid on behalf of V Electronics, and in this video, we're going to be talking about our tree diagrams. Okay, so let me write this down. So when it comes to statistics, okay, we often have the tendency to visualize something, okay, to figure out the probability of something happening, of an event happening. In order for you to visualize something, you have to draw it first. Okay, so this is done using something called a tree diagram. And again, this is for conditional probabilities. We talked about conditional probabilities back in the past, okay, in some other videos on this channel. Okay, so when we deal with conditional probabilities, we can also use something called a tree diagram. Now, a tree diagram will have branches just like a regular tree, okay, that you might see in the forest. Okay, so let's say you've got this tree over here. It's got branches, okay, and these branches basically represent different types of probabilities, okay. So let's assume, okay, that we're talking about cards over here, okay. Let's say you're a magician, okay, and you like to play tricks, okay. You like to come up with tricks, okay, for your friends. Now you've got 52 cards in a standard deck, okay. So assuming that this is 52 cards over here, okay. Now there's two ways you can go on with your tricks. Okay, one is with replacement, another one is without replacement. Okay, we talked about replacement and without replacement when we talked about the raffle tickets. Okay, so anytime we put the number back, the winning number back in the box, or the winning raffle back in the box, okay, this would be with replacement. Okay, which means okay, you get that number back. Okay, for you, okay, to figure out your next ticket, your next winning number. Okay, without replacement, which means you take that number out and you continue with what you have. Okay, so if there are 52 raffle tickets in a box, okay, you'll be working with 51 raffle tickets if this is without replacement for your next raffle, for your next draw. If this is with replacement, okay, you'll be working with 52 just like you started off with 52. Okay, so in this case, assuming you have 52 cards and you're dealing with 52 cards, okay, your first draw over here, this represents your first draw. This is your first draw. And again, this is for with replacement, which means whichever card you draw from your deck, you'll be putting that card back in the deck for your next draw. Okay, so for your first draw, assuming these are 52 cards all in all, okay, you will have okay 12 with faces, okay, and 40 without faces. So I'll put an N over here, which basically says it does not have a face. Okay, now we're talking about face cards. We're talking about cards like the King, Queen of Spades, okay, okay, or something of that sort. A card that has a face, okay. So these are face cards, okay. And if you're talking about regular numbers, your regular numbers, okay, won't have a face, okay. So these cards are cards with this number over here with N, with the letter N, which basically says these are not face cards. Okay, so for your first draw, you get 12 face cards and 40, okay, not face cards, which means these cards do not have faces. For the first draw, you have 12 face cards and 40 without any faces. Okay, for your second draw, okay, you'll be using your 12 face cards over here. So second draw, okay, this will become, okay, over here, this will become your 12 face, okay, and 40, okay, non-face cards. Okay, and this will become okay, your 40. So again, 12 face and 40 non-face cards. Let me draw this separately. So let's say this is your first draw, which is 12 face and 40 non-face cards. Okay, and your second draw will have 12 face because this is with replacement, which means you put that card back for your second draw. Okay, you will have 12 face and 40 okay, non-face cards. Okay, and again, for your second draw, you will have 12 face, okay, and 40 non-face cards. Okay, so this is your first draw, and this is your second draw over here. You've got second draw. All right, now for your first draw and your second draw, if you multiply these two figures, because the probability will be multiplied, okay? Once you reach your second draw, the probability of you drawing the cards with faces will be multiplied by the number that you have for the first draw, which is 12, and the number that you have for the second draw. So in this case, this is 12 as well. So for your second draw, okay, you will have 144. Okay, this is space cards, FF, okay, because we have 12 over here, 12F, and then 12F, which means you have the possibility of getting 144 cards with faces. Okay, the probability is 144. Okay, so 1 out of 44, 1 out of 144 rather, excuse me. Okay, now this is your probability of getting a face card. Okay, now using the same branch, okay, let's say this is 12F, okay, this is 144, okay, FF, okay, this will become, okay, uh, 480, okay, 480, okay, FN, okay, because over here you have 12, and over here you have 40, okay, the one without faces, which basically means that for your second draw, once you reach your second draw, okay, the probability of you landing on a face or a not face card will be 480. Okay, this could be either a face card or a not face card. Okay, now out of the 40 cards that you drew for the ones without faces, okay, in your second draw, you will have 12 face and 40 without a face again. Okay, which means if you multiply these two for your probability, okay, again, this will be 40 times 12, which means this will be 480, and this will be NF. Okay, this is not face card and a face card. So this is a combination of not face and face card for your probability. Okay, after the second draw. And over here, this will be 4 times 4, 16. Okay, so this is 1600. Okay, this will be not face card. Okay, so there's no way you can land a face card for this probability. These are all not face cards. Okay, the probability of you landing a not face card after the second draw, this will be 1600 and which is non-face. All right, so when you figure out, excuse me, when you figure out your total for your probability, okay, basically what you're doing is you're adding these two and you're using the total as the denominator. Okay, so we know that you had a total of 144 face, so FF, okay, plus, okay, 480 face and without face, so a combination of face cards and without face cards, so FN, plus 480, again, you have a combination of face cards and not face cards, so NF, okay, because the first draw was a not face card and the second draw was a face card. Okay, plus you have 1600, okay, non-face cards. Now all divide by whatever your denominator is, so we can do the math over here. So your total over here will be 144 plus 480, okay, plus 480 plus, okay, 1600. So a total of 2,704 cards.